fight together, pretty short notice. Shows how Hiram, which is down. He's down to take opportunities, undefeated, 1-0. Fighting beloved Houston native and Lester Batres Jr. We'll talk more about him later. But Hiram coming out of Mexico, undefeated at 1-0. I'm sure was happy to take the fight at 165, normally a lightweight.
Yeah.
They got this one together in a couple of weeks. Didn't have to cut quite as much weight. He's a pretty big guy too. I saw him weigh-ins yesterday. Big dude, got a tall order tonight. But again, we've seen a lot of people taking on prospects and coming out victorious.
Man.
It's almost been the theme this evening.
Yeah, there's been a, and back to Cody Freeman for 1 second. Man, what a mission he has been on.
I know.
And it's real, man. You can feel that energy coming off of him whenever he's in there. I mean, I think Cody Freeman, we might see him on the next card in May. May also, Alex. Very good, but Hiram Chavez, he's coming in here and taking this fight on short notice, like you said, but also Lester Batres Jr. coming off his first loss. So, it's a good, if you're going to come off it, it's either the best or the worst time. Lester Batres Jr. comes out and he's on fire. It might be the worst time to take it, after his first loss. But also, if you can shake his confidence a little bit in the first round, it may be the best time to take it. So, interesting to see how Hiram handles this fight.
Yeah, we'll learn a lot about him in just a few moments. First time in the Fury cage. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Lester Batres Jr.
Yeah, and we just saw Lester fight just a few weeks ago. Took his first loss to decision. A very close fight. I know he was very upset with, not necessarily his performance because he fought well, but just the results of the fight. He fought a guy who was really, really hard to put away. Super experienced. There's a guy, he said he had a couple hundred combat sports events, like Lithuanian, bare knuckle, all sorts of crazy stuff. And honestly, that dude was pretty crafty.
Yeah.
And I think Lester just wrestled really hard, really early in that fight. Kind of took the dynamite out of his arms. And talking to he and his dad, they were like, we wanted to get him back in the cage as fast as possible.
Cody Freeman coming by and telling us he's gonna interview like that every time. But I'm glad to see this, Alex.
Me too.
Whenever I said, when Lester lost, I said I hope he comes back immediately. I hope he doesn't take any time off. I want to get him right back in there because I want to see his confidence, soar again and make sure that the fact that you lost to someone who's crafty and tough and all those things doesn't affect how you feel about yourself as a fighter. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to this. But I think it's going to be just fine. I think Lester Batres Jr., coming from that family of fighters, is going to have it in him to perform well today.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just goes to show when you're back in the cage with a couple weeks later, when it's your choice, he wants to get all the experience he can. He's got a tough fight tonight, but every fight's a tough fight.
Yeah.
And it really is.
Yeah, especially in a place like this, Fury Fighting Championship in Houston, Texas. The roster, we say it over and over, the roster is deep. We've got tons of prospects in every weight category. We may be a little, I think we're the lightest, maybe at light heavyweight, maybe heavyweight, but other than that, every other one is pretty heavy.
Yeah, and I think that's in the world. No one's that big, and if they are, they're in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
Lester's in the cage to get this fight going.
The following contest, brought to you by the Cock of the Walk, Warbringer Whiskey, is scheduled for 3 rounds at a Fury FC catchweight of 165 pounds. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 164 pounds. Fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, by way of Mexico, he holds a professional MMA record of 1 win, no losses. This is Hiram Chavez! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 164.2 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, his professional record stands at 4 wins, only 1 defeat. Here is the unit, Lester Batres Jr. Your referee in charge, Aladdin Martinez.
I'd be curious if we're going to see more of a maybe striking game here from Les Jr. Because his wrestling was really good in his last fight, but I think he just kind of like zapped the finishability. Oh, wow. A big right hand. Oh, and the unit's all over him. The unit's on the back.
Oh, man, I can't tell if he's got the arm around the neck.
Man, the sound of that right hand was thunderous.
Yeah, Hiram Chavez in a lot of trouble here early in the first round. 45 seconds in, Lester Batres Jr. is all over him.
We've seen him finish this exact armbar in the past. Chavez is hip to it, he's got his palms together. Lester's got to get leverage on the elbow. He locks up a rear mount triangle. Well, a side angle triangle.
Yeah,
not quite conventional from closed guard, not quite from the rear mount. But what you can do is absolutely wrench on the shoulder if you can break that grip free.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite spot to finish that armbar from because I do it crooked every time. Yep. And then, you know, even if they defend it, all it does is give you the arm. You transition to the conventional armbar. You know, it's very, very difficult to defend. A lot of chaining can happen from this position. There's about 3 or 4 different things that you can do from here that are very, very effective that can finish this fight.
He's a little more squared up, classic triangle style as he transitions off to an omoplata. Nice, sits up. What we see in omoplata here. Uses it to get on top. Good defense there from Chavez, good routing defensively. Les Jr., only 22 years old, was awarded his black belt late last year. A young black belt. I've done some gi jiu-jitsu with him, and the man has earned the color around his waist, most certainly.
Yeah, looking very sharp here early in the round, in round 1. In what was a quick return for Lester Batres Jr. after suffering his first loss in a very tough fight. Hiram Chavez throwing some big punches out there, trying to make some space.
Les looking for that big right hand again. Slips the left hand. Oh, rocks him with a high kick through his guard. Oh my God, he's out, he's out.
Wow.
Les Jr., the unit, with a high kick through the shields. I mean, hit him in the arm, through his arm into his head, and follows up with some monstrous ground and pound. A KO for the ages from the unit. Wow, wow. Man, and that's crazy. Chavez's left hand was up. I mean, that was good defense, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, it looked like he blocked it with his forearms, but once the kick landed, there was no blocking that.
No.
Either his forearms hit him in the face, or they went behind his face, and that forearm landed, or that shin landed right on the face of Chavez.
Yeah, the unit making the adjustments, really using his striking to find the victory. I mean, kicked him through the guard. Sometimes the foot goes around the guard. It didn't, it went through the guard. And Les just hit some pinpoint accurate straight right hand finishes. That was awesome. You go for it, young blood. Way to be active too. A lot of young pros, they take their first loss, they're undefeated, it kind of shakes them, not less. He jumped right back in there as soon as he could. I mean, got booked as soon as he could. And against a good guy with a, with an untarnished record. I want to know, but Les just knew he had to dig into that aspect of his game, which was that striking. All right, let's make it official. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 2 minutes, 53 seconds into the very first round. Declaring your winner by TKO, the unit, Lester Batres Jr.
I'm here with your winner, Lester Batres Jr. Lester, I said it after your last fight that I hope you come back immediately and get back in the cage, because I don't think you took your first loss in your last fight. You came back here tonight with a vengeance. It looked like he blocked that kick to the head, but you kicked right through it, landed flush, and that was it.
Yes, sir. To be honest with you, that last fight, that was a great opponent. There was a lot of changes in my camp that last fight, and it kind of messed me up. I feel like in my cardio, I made those adjustments for this one, and I came in so mentally prepared. I mean, if you watch my last fight, IQ's there, my talent was there. It was just a little bit of my cardio, and I went and made those adjustments that needed to be made, and I got right back in here and proved it.
Well, Lester, you never want to lose a fight, but do you feel like that loss made you a better fighter?
At the end of the day, everything is in God's plan, so I just have faith. I knew that it was just a lesson, and I took the time to think about it, to let him speak to me, and in that sense now, look at what's happening. I came out here and I had a fantastic finish, so there you go.
Well, Lester, there's another card in about 3 weeks. It's been about 3 weeks since your last one. We're going to see you at the end of May.
Hey, if the opponent's right, if we can make it happen, I'm there. You'll see me right back in here.
Well, Lester, I think you're one of the top prospects in the country. Always amazing to see you in here with a knockout like that. Congratulations on the win. Your winner, Lester Batres Jr.